Hi, I'm Carly Verhoeven, and I'm in Waterloo today at City Hall to speak with Mayor Dave Jaworsky about the light rail transit system and iron construction, along with a special event that's happening in Uptown Waterloo this December. But before we get into that, let's take a look at some of the iron construction closures happening in our region. Parkside to the north side of Northfield is open. Access to Coombs from Northfield is open. The northbound on-ramp from Northfield to Highway 85 is also open. The northbound and southbound off-ramps from Highway 85 to Northfield and the southbound on-ramp from Northfield to Highway 85 are open as well. Seagram at the railway tracks is open, as well as the railway crossings at Barringer and University. The Waterloo Park parking lot at Seagram is closed. Alternate parking is available in the lot just northwest of the railway tracks. Caroline and Herb Street is open. Intermittent lane closures will still be required in and around the intersection to complete remaining curb, landscaping, and sidewalk work. King from William to Union is open, including the intersection of King and Allen near the Bower Lofts. King from Herb to William is closed until late November. Uptown Waterloo remains accessible using Caroline and Regina. Pedestrian access on King is maintained. Access to the Waterloo Town Square North parking lot from Caroline is open. A pedestrian detour is in place from Caroline to Willis Way and through the Waterloo Town Square North parking lot. The intersection closure at King and Wellington will be extended until approximately the end of November. Access to the 607 King Plaza is maintained from Wellington to King. Victoria from Joseph to Duke is now open to two-way traffic, including the intersection of King and Victoria. King and Moore remains closed until late October for construction of the grade separation at the railway tracks. Duke and Frederick is closed until approximately early November. Frederick and King is closed until approximately mid-November. Charles Borden to Ottawa is open to two-way traffic. Dundas at Ottawa is closed until approximately mid-December. Ottawa and Cortland is closed until approximately late November. Traffic is one way from Cortland to Charles until late 2016. Block line in Cortland is now open. Two-way traffic is maintained on Cortland. Hayward at the railway tracks is closed until late 2016. Local traffic is maintained on Hayward up to the railway crossing. Wilson from Fairway to Kingsway is now open. I talked with Mayor of Waterloo, Dave Jaworsky, about iron construction and a secret event that's happening in Uptown Waterloo this December. You've been a mayor for about a year and a half. How has that been, being associated with a huge project like light rail transit?
Well, I'm not sure any mayor has ever gone through the entire reconstruction of their city in one single term, but that's what we're experiencing, and that's why I and my councillors and the regional councillors spend a lot of time on this project and making sure that it will have the best possible benefits in the future for all members of the region, and that the construction, although disruptive, we have to remember it's a waterworks project, really. We're taking 1880s pipes and replacing them. So there's a lot of work that needed to be done, and that work would eventually have to have been done, and so we're doing it now and getting it all done at once.
The price point for riding the LRT, some people say that they're concerned it may be expensive compared to taking a bus. Do you have any opinion on that?
So what we're going to do is we're going to ensure that we have an integrated system. So if you're in the west side of Waterloo and you need to go to somewhere in Kitchener, you're going to be able to take one ticket, get on the bus, get on the Ion, and take that to your destination in Kitchener. One pass, and we're actually going to go with an electronic pass. So it'll be integrated. It's not extra to ride the Ion. It's just one more convenient point of the entire Grand River Transit system.
Waterloo is just one city, but when you think about the overall picture of the Tri-Cities, Waterloo, Kitchener, Cambridge, was this the time that we needed to have the LRT system, or should we have seen this before?
Well, I think we've seen with Calgary and Edmonton, when both of those decided to go with an LRT system, they were at the 500,000 population range. And if you look at the population of our region today, it's 550,000. So if we follow in the footsteps of past practices, we're actually at the exact right time to be doing this. And what's really different about ours, we're building a spine that connects all of our urban centers A lot of the other LRT systems are suburban, bringing in people from the suburbs into the urban center. Here we're actually going to have all our urban centers united, and we're going to have the suburbs felt by the convenient Grand River Transit system.
We did speak a little bit about Christmas time.
Yes.
With King Street opening up. There's going to be a secret event in December. Do you think that a lot of shoppers will be able to come and enjoy some of the stores?
Oh, absolutely. We need to popularize the fact that we've bought a number of new parking lots on Regina Street. So those are all opened up, ready for people to come here, shop, to enjoy dining, and the entertainment experience of Uptown Waterloo. So we're all set from that stance. A lot of people also are now walking here. We find the neighborhoods of Uptown West and the Mary Allen neighborhood, they all walk here. And in the good seasons, they take their bicycles, and a lot of people ride bicycles year-round here. So we're making sure that it's bike-friendly, pedestrian-friendly, and friendly for people coming from the suburbs in their cars.
When talking about some of the areas that have been closed down, some have recently reopened. Can we talk about the success there?
Oh, people are thrilled when the construction is done, I can tell you. I'm hearing lots of accolades about the Northfield Drive project. So that's finally coming to an end. The road is open. There's access, thanks to the province, to Highway 85 again, and people are just thrilled with that. So it's almost like a brand new road occurred, but all the work is done. People are saying the work actually looks quite good, quite substantial, and they're very pleased with it. So I think that's something we can look to Grand Link and the region and say thanks, that they did a good job.
Laying the LRT track is one step, but having the trains prepared is another. Can you talk about that?
Well, that's the thing. So we're hoping to get our first train yet this year, our first light rail vehicle, and then we have the time of getting it all set up on the system. It's not just a ready-to-go type of thing. You hop in and drive it. You actually have to get all the software and that set up for your system. And then we'll start doing some of the initial test runs. And what's exciting about that, the test runs are going to be here in Waterloo. So people in Waterloo will actually see the light rail vehicle doing its test runs throughout 2017 and beyond, and then eventually doing some of the training so we can train the drivers and have it ready to go in 2018.
Along with Grand River Transit, Iron will create an easy-to-use public transit service for residents in Waterloo region. There will be one fare so residents can easily transfer between bus and rail services at no additional cost. For information on light rail transit and iron construction in our area, visit rideiron.ca. For Rogers TV, I'm Carly Verhoeven.